3-minute rounds right here. It looks like Justin Wantland's kind of settled in a little bit. I don't know the fight experience of either one of these gentlemen. Ricky Compala is really hyped up. That's good if you can don't control it and not burn out. It's bad if you gas early because of your adrenaline. Nice kick by Compala right there. Looks like he's got a little Muay Thai. Throwing hands so far, some jabs. But I also know they work on boxing up there in Missouri. Now we're in the clinch. And let's see what happens. Compala throwing so far more strikes. Justin Wantland a little more composed. Now working from an over and under clinch. Wantland against the cage right now. Compala pushing, throwing some knees. Again, that's great for any fighter to keep the pressure on as long as you can do it and not gas out. And there we're free and we're back to go. We're going to see somebody get knocked out, I think, in this fight right here. Knowing that Wantland comes from up there at Ken Sparks' gym, and Ricky Compala has shown me so far. He throws a Muay Thai kick. There's another one with the foot, and that one did hurt. Probably not so much because of the kick, but because the first one was shin that Compala threw at Wantland, and then the foot hit it again. Oh, here we go. And he's up, and he shot in, being aggressive. I've talked about that many, many times. He almost got caught in a guillotine. Now Compala got Wantland pushed against the ropes, kind of a side mount or a hip mount. We call that a hip mount with the guys I train with. So here we go now. Justin Wantland from the bottom, controlling the upper body, trying to control the arms and head of Compala. Compala is now trying to go for the... Looks like he's trying to go for some type of guillotine. Justin Wantland about halfway up. This right here is a typical situation for Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell gets to this position right here where Wantland is, and he usually just stands up at will, and he did. He stood right up. It's a great base, and right here now he reverses it, and Wantland takes Compala down, and now he's working somewhat from a side mount, now north and south, and Compala sweeps the leg up underneath of Wantland and goes down now on top of Compala, working from the guard of Wantland. So now we have the typical ground and pound coming from Compala right here, working from the guard of Wantland. And he's landing some of those. Wantland has got to control the hands and block more at the elbow and the shoulder, not so much chasing the actual gloves. If you're on the bottom and a guy's throwing punches at you and you're chasing the hands, you're just not going to block very many punches. You got to block him up at the elbow area. Now Wantland turning, trying to get to a base to get up. Ricky Compala in a mount from the half guard, and Wantland is going to have to get out of this position. Compala, so far, he hasn't gassed out, and I would guess that Wantland's going to ride this out. I don't think that he's going to be able to get it, and he breaks him up. End of the first round. We're going into the second round now. Justin, one of the coaches up there, Ken Sparks, hey, he doesn't look like it. He looks like a buddy you'd go fishing with on a Sunday afternoon. Just a laid-back kind of country guy. But Ken Sparks from up there at Warrior Gym hits, and he hits hard. He's knocked just about anybody out that he's ever been against in the cage, and he just told me he wants to fight again sometime soon. So I bet Justin Wantland is going to let his hands go, and Ricky Compala is going to try to continue to control the fight, but slow down a little bit. And I can see a offside kick there. Offside kick from Compala. Needs to work on his technique a little bit. Didn't have any hips in it. Wasn't really on his toes. Just kind of threw kind of a dancing kick. Upward kick. So now he's in a side mount again, or actually it's a full mount or a hip mount. And he's got Wantland up against the cage in Wantland's corner. So he's going to be hearing his coaches talk to him. And right here, Wantland has just got to do something about the ground and pound of Compala. And now he's going for a Kimura right here. Compala has to tuck that into his belly, and he goes to reverse it and counter the Kimura. He's in a Kimura right here. Wantland has Compala in a Kimura, and he's cranking it hard. And that's it right there. He calls it with a submission. Compala pulls out from being on top.